Hey there, Charlotte. Let's take a look at your newest essays. Looks like they're your last essays in this pack, so let's see what you did here. Okay, green energy, discuss both views. Okay. The increase in reliance on renewable energy is a burning issue in both the developed and developing world as countries strive to go green and preserve our world for future generations. While some argue the benefits of green energy, others are of the opinion that such dependence will compromise our energy security. I, however, am of the firm opinion that clean energy is the way of the future. This essay will examine both sides of the argument with the help of examples to support views. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Many argue the sole use of clean energy, such as wind, solar, tidal, and nuclear power, will be detrimental to our security for a number of reasons. Firstly, the demand for power is great and increasing due to high consumption. Energy harvested from clean sources is presently not available to meet this demand. Okay, secondly, more reliable sources of energy, such as from coal, gas, and oil, is required for national security in hospitals, on roads, and for domestic use. Refuge in non-traditional means is not viable, as it may not be sunny or windy all the time. Finally, while nuclear energy is a promising source, it is not without its own challenges, such as the toxic waste it generates. There is also irrefutable evidence from blackouts in Australia in recent times to suggest that we require stable sources of energy. And you want to say here that this is not achievable with green energy. That's what's missing here. Therefore, because of all those climate and weather factors, therefore, our reliance on alternative energy is dangerous. Okay, I like that. Very good. On the other hand, there is a strong case for natural sources of energy. Many scientists are of the opinion, what do you mean natural? They're all natural. What you want to say here is whether you're talking about fossil fuels or whether you're talking about green energy, okay? Or you could have said renewable, perhaps. Maybe that's what you meant. Many scientists are of the opinion that while the initial setup costs are high, once established, these sources are relatively cheaper in the long run. Excessive energy generated in times of plenty can be stored in batteries for future use. In addition, this will reduce greenhouse gases and, in turn, two words, our carbon footprint. Climate change and pollution, as a result, can be kept under control. Furthermore, as these are renewable sources, it is a more sustainable option. Thus, the use of such inexhaustible sources is to be pursued. What do you mean it's more sustainable? Can you explain what you mean? For example, with an increase in the number of households that rely on solar panels across Australia, families have managed to cut electricity costs and stay off the grid in peak times. But so by sustainable, you mean economically sustainable. All right, I would have liked this to be a little clearer because sustainable has a couple of different uses, so it wasn't totally clear here. But it's fine. So you did talk about it both in terms of environment and in terms of economy. So fine. But like I said, just needed to be a touch clearer. In conclusion, if we are dependent on limited natural resources in the short term, again, you want to talk about non-renewable. Make that clear because they're all natural, right? So solar, wind, tidal, even coal and oil, these are all natural sources. So just make sure you differentiate renewable versus non-renewable, green energy versus fossil fuel energy, and so forth. Okay, so a change to alternative is what you wanted here. Sources, S, is needed for economic reasons and the survival of our Earth. All right, it's lovely. It's a nice essay. I really enjoyed it. I liked it. It was well developed. There were just a couple of places that you just missed being making it like a great essay. There were just a couple of places that you could have fixed a little bit. But on the whole, I was quite pleased with it, Charlotte. So good job. Let's take a look at this map. I actually really like this map a lot. I know most IELTS students do not, but that's okay. Let's take a look at it. The two maps are a pictorial representation of an island before and after development. Prior to development, only native vegetation is seen on the island. Forests are located to the northwest, the central north and south, and the northeast of the island, in addition to beaches located to the west of the landmass. Okay, fine. Turning now to developments that have taken place. That's not a full sentence, so careful. What you really should have done here is put a colon. The beach on the western side remains untouched. Natural growth in the northwest has been cleared to allow for residential accommodation on the western side with a path for foot traffic that runs east-west. To the right of the housing estate is located the central business area comprising of an eating house. Do we really call them an eating house? Don't you think restaurant would have been more appropriate? Mall and hotel. A main road connects the buildings in this area. Further south and connected by road, a pier has been constructed to allow for sea traffic and access on and, careful, D, off the island. To the west of the main shopping area, an additional larger residential complex has been built with a circular ring road and footpaths. It must be noted that trees in this area were also removed to allow for this development. Finally, a new artificial lake has been added to the east of the island, on the east of the island, that is connected to the sea. Okay, I really liked it. I really don't have much to say. Obviously I'm familiar with this map, but even without my familiarization, I could feel that you included all the main points. You did. You included everything. One of the things that I really liked is that you spent a little paragraph talking about the before, which a lot of people don't, but you did it and you did it successfully. Your descriptions were really on point. You did a lovely job, so I'm actually really pleased with this. Is there more? Oh, well, look at that. There is more. In summary, changes to the island have included, you don't need this in here, clearing the land, housing, transport, and recreational facilities to make it habitable. Okay, it's really lovely. Now you know that you didn't, oh yeah, you did. You didn't have a, okay. So that's also very appropriate. You didn't have an overview, so you used a conclusion instead as an overview. So like I said, I really like this. You've done a great job. You've expressed yourself very nicely. I could visualize it, which for me is a big deal. I didn't look at it and refer to it, but the way you described it, I could see what you were describing. So you've done a great, great job, Charlotte. Good job. Now, from what I could tell from your email, we don't have any more essays in this package. I don't know when your test is. I can't remember if you've told us, but you may want to consider signing up for more essay corrections. This way you can kind of keep practicing and keep up your momentum right up to your exam. It's a pretty good idea. I would hate for you to stop practicing writing and stop getting feedback and then just go straight to your exam without that continued support. So see if that's something that works for you. Like I said, I'd like to see more. So whatever you decide, I wish you lots of good luck. Thanks for writing this, and I look forward to hearing from you and seeing more of your essays. Good luck.